Welcome to Genesis Contracting Training. This video is going to cover the use of your company issued credit card. So once you get your credit card, employees ask, what is their responsibility? So first and foremost, you need to understand that it is your responsibility for any and all charges that are charged to your company credit card. So we expect you to submit your receipts weekly, preferably daily, but at least by the end of the week, in order for us to make sure we can bill our clients properly. So in order to do this, what you'll need to do is to download some type of free picture receipt scanning app on your phone. We prefer or recommend using Genius Scan, but there's plenty of other ones out there that you can use. So the best thing you can do is to download a free app. And when you actually take a picture of your receipt, there's a few things you need to do. You need to circle the place of where you purchased an item. In this case, it was BP Gas. The second thing you need to circle is the date, the amount, and then you need to circle the last 4 digits of the credit card. Typically, this is at the bottom of the receipt. The last thing you need to do is you need to put on the receipt the job number. Again, this is typically going to be a 6-digit number, 21 being the year, and then the 4-digit job number. If you don't know what this is, you'll need to either look on ClockShark or contact your site lead to find out what job number you need to write on your receipts. When you get all this information done and written on the receipts and circled, then you need to actually send it to receipt@genesis-contracting.com. So again, when you're ordering job material, one thing you need to be aware of is make sure you're not sending in the actual order confirmation, because a lot of times this order confirmation doesn't include shipping, taxes, and other charges. So it'll be entered in as a duplicate into the system. So make sure you're actually sending in the invoice, and you need to make sure that you're including all the pages. So if we ever need to go back and look to see what was purchased, we can look on it to see the itemized detail. Also, along the lines of sending in the entire or whole receipt, you need to do this for hotel rooms also. With hotel rooms, you need to do the same thing, but you also need to write who was staying in the hotel room with you. So you write the employees' names that stayed, and then you can scan that and send it in. Again, do not just send the last page. You need to send the entire receipt from the hotel in to the office at receipt@genesis-contracting.com. The last thing I'd like to just note on here is I'd encourage you to actually get in the habit of turning in your receipts as soon as you use the card. Again, this seems kind of intuitive, but then you don't have to worry about losing your receipts or misplacing them, right? Because again, if you lose or misplace your receipts, then that creates other issues. So what happens if you use your personal credit card and you need reimbursed instead of the company issued credit card? You would basically follow the same guidelines as we just went over. However, what you do is at the top, you need to write personal CC for personal credit card. This will let the office know that you need reimbursed for these expenses. You still need to include the job number. You still need to circle the date, the amount. Everything else is the same, except you write personal credit card at the top, or personal CC. Remember that reimbursements for your personal credit card uses are made on a biweekly basis. So again, you want to minimize the use of your personal credit card. I mean, you don't want to use your money except in those extreme situations, or if your company credit card gets turned off. So what happens if you don't turn in your receipts? This is the next common question we get. If you don't turn in your receipts by the end of the week, your credit card will be turned off. It'll be temporarily turned off until you get those receipts turned in, to make sure that we don't get a lot of outstanding receipts and then people lose them, they forget to turn them in. And then when we go to reconcile the accounts at the end of the month, it becomes quite challenging for us to do that reconciliation. A second thing you need to note is that if there's charges that are unapproved, then those will be charged back to you and they'll come off your next paycheck. So again, you're not, the company credit card isn't designed for you to use it for your personal use and then just deduct it off your paycheck. But again, if you purchase something that is unapproved, that will be deducted off of your next paycheck. So what charges are approved and what are not unapproved charges? I've got a list here just to do a little bit of, to give you some examples. It's not an all-inclusive list, but just to give you an idea. Charges that are allowed would be supplies for job sites, hotels while you're working, fuel for the company truck or equipment, water and ice for the job site. Charges that are not allowed would be Uber, Lyft rides, airplane tickets to and from home, fuel for your personal use, food and drinks, coffee, energy drinks, anything on those lines, and anything for your personal use. Again, it isn't there for you to buy your personal items. Mistakes do happen. You might use it by accident. And if that's the case, you need to notify the office, but any unapproved charges will be deducted from your next paycheck. So why is this important? This is just as important as your job, because missing receipts cause us to improperly bill our client, which causes a loss of revenue for us if you don't turn in your receipts. So we don't have an accurate cost for the jobs. Also, if you don't get the receipts turned in, there's a delay in us billing, which impacts our cash flow. You know, the net 30 terms that we have with our clients, it doesn't start until we actually bill. If we have to wait 2 weeks to get receipts in, then that's time that we can't bill our client, and then that hurts our cash flow. And lastly, improper job coding, again, just causes for inaccurate billing. And the reality of it is, it's important to us, but it's also important to our client. They want to know what the actual cost is to do the different jobs. So it's part of our responsibilities to make sure we're giving them accurate information. And we can't do that if we don't have receipts or we're missing receipts. So what's the next step? The next step is for you to activate your credit card. After you watch this video, you'll receive an email through Sign Now, which basically goes through the written credit card policy, which you'll need to read through. And then once you read through, you initial and sign that, then your card will be activated and you can start using it. And as the last note, just remember, do not give your personal company credit, not your personal, don't give your personal credit card either, but don't give your company credit card to anyone else. You're responsible for all the charges on your credit card, no one else. If you have any questions, please reach out to the office or to me. Thanks and have a great day.